My grandfather, who immigrated from Milan, he made wine. So I wanted to follow in my grandfather's footsteps. I started making wine in my basement. And then the natural progression for winemakers is to use real product. So I planted 40 Cabernet Franc in my backyard in Leawood, Kansas. We had the opportunity to buy 10 acres of land about 50 minutes east of Kansas City. And I thought, well, I'll just plant 1 acre of grapes there, and then 1 acre turned into 6 acres. At one point I realized there's not very much money in selling grapes, it's in making the wine. We really didn't think a lot of people would want to go to Centerview, Missouri, which is a really small town, and have a country winery. And so we thought, why not have it in the city? And at that time, there was very few urban wineries in the country, but we were one of the first, and we thought this would be a good concept to bring the wine to the people of the city. So we opened a really small shop in 2007, and we were only open on Fridays. And we made like 4 barrels of wine. And then this building came up in 2011, and we started renovation on this, and then it exploded. An urban winery has a lot of appeal. It also has steady business year-round. So we're as busy in January as we are in August.
So we were just in your gorgeous barrel room that's attached to kind of the tasting area, but this really is kind of the heart of the winery where the wine is sitting here and aging.
Yes, we've got about 100 barrels in here.
And these are Missouri made?
They're all Missouri oak.
So what kind of flavor are you getting out of these barrels?
Initially you get vanilla and chocolate, and as the barrel gets older, you get a little bit more nutmeg and spices.
What are we going to taste today?
We're going to taste a 2015 Cabernet Franc.
So it's been sitting here for 2 years?
2 years, yes. Mm-hmm.
When do you think you're going to bottle it?
We'll probably bottle it this spring.
Let's give it a taste. That's good. That's delicious. So what are the different types of wines that you are producing here?
Well, from our vineyard, we produce 5 red varietals and 2 white varietals. Cabernet Franc, which is our flagship, Cabernet Sauvignon, Petit Verdot, Mourvedre, Malbec.
And you're growing that in Missouri?
Yes.
And so today we had a chance to come in to see a crush, and tell me about the wine that we were just taking a look at.
Well, we have a wine club that we wanted to make small lots of different varietals. And so we brought in a ton of Shiraz and a ton of Sangiovese.
Oh, nice. We saw all that beautiful red juice. It's now in a very large container. It's going to ferment there, correct?
It's almost done fermenting.
Okay.
It fermented in the open macro bin, and then we'll pump it into barrel.
And so the wine that we saw being pressed today, how long will that be in the barrel for your wine club?
Probably at least 1.5 years.
Oh, wow.
Or a year.
And that's one of the things I love about the winemaking industry is, I mean, it's a very long process.
Very long process from planting to making wine.
Yeah. So doing the barrel tasting, now I'm ready to taste some of those wines that are actually in the bottle, that fully formed Amigoni wine. So can we head into the tasting room and meet up with Hillary, taste some wines?
I think we should.
All right, let's go. Now it's my favorite part of this entire experience. We're going to taste some wines with Hillary. And you have traveled the entire state of Missouri just because you love Missouri wine so much.
I do. On my day off, you can usually find me at another winery. So it's fun to travel around and meet other people and see what they're doing and try their wines. This is Urban Rosé. It's a dry French-style rosé. It's made from Cabernet Franc.
This is the real way to make a rosé, which is with red grapes. This is delicious, and I'm going to drink the whole thing. I'm not going to dump this.
I'm glad. All right, up next is our 2015 Cabernet Franc. This is special to us. Cabernet Franc was the first vine that Michael planted. First wine we made, our first commercial vintage of Cabernet Franc was 2006. So this is a 2015, nice darker fruits, a little spice, a little vanilla.
Kansas City barbecue and this wine
Agreed.
are a perfect match.
Absolutely. And actually the Cabernet Franc just took home a gold at the Finger Lakes International Wine Competition.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So
That's
we're pretty proud of that.
fantastic. So when people come in and they want to do a tasting, how do you introduce them to kind of the concept of an urban winery? Do they assume that all these wines are made somewhere else?
You know, everyone's different. Sometimes if you've never been to a winery or a tasting room before, it can be slightly intimidating. So we all walk them through the entire process of how the tasting works, what their options are, and explain to them what we do and why we do it.
What is it about winemaking that you love so much?
It's a story in a bottle. It is a reflection of everything that happened that year. And also I think a big part of it is sharing it with others. It's fun.
That's great.